Texas and Oklahoma in the immediate area. Of course, there are some who have come from a longer way, like Davis. This time Stone trying a little safety valve there to Johnson on the near side, and not much doing there. Nice penetration upfield once again by the Diesel defense, and it looks like we might have a player hurt. And now he's up. Stone getting up slowly there. Towns was in there on the rush once again, and he was joined by James Walton. Clock stopped with 2 minutes 54 seconds to go. It'll bring up 4th down and long. Oklahoma Bad Boys, after a pretty good initial offensive series, they've been slowed up the last couple of times. A turnover now and some lost yardage on this drive and slowed their offensive efforts.
You can tell the confusion because you have players rushing in and trying to get to positions with on the punt squad. Maybe they've never played that position before.
So 4th down and 16. Penalty marker down. The snap is fumbled. Fred Barnett was in there initially to make the hit.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flags. I know initially it probably looked like it was encroachment on the defense, and then a face mask call also, but let's see how they call it.
94 Roderick Chapman was also in there for the Dallas Diesel. We've got a mic on the officials up here in the booth. We can hear them. Looks like it's going to be a face mask call. That may be the preliminary indication.
Right here. Face mask. Here. Decline.
So it looked like it was what they call encroachment. They call offsides on the offense, and a face mask on the defense, which brings it back to the 4th down. So I guess they get the punt all over again.
Yeah, the penalties will offset one another. So once again, it'll be 4th down and 16. Clock is stopped now with 2:46 to go here in the first quarter of play. It'll be up to Black once again to drop back into punt formation, and this time try to get the punt away. Back deep to receive for the Dallas Diesel. Willie Freeney, number 2. He is joined by number 3, LaRon Potts. This time Black has the kick away. This one's high, a little bit longer than the first. Freeney lets it bounce, brings it up the near sideline, cuts it back upfield, and a stop. The kicker Black was in on the stop.
It looks like he got pretty good yardage there. He let it bounce twice and it got to the ball. Usually you get away from the ball and let it just go ahead and try to die, but this way he's picked it up and he gained an extra 5 yards on the carry. So they got the best field position that they've had all game, all first quarter so far.
And that was Potts with the return, not Freeney, as I originally said, but with 2:23 to go, it will indeed be excellent field position for the Dallas Diesel. Branson and Stiggers come split to the near side. They're going to run 4 wide receivers again. Ryan Wallace is up to the far side. Now they drop out of the 4 wide receiver set and go to 3. Slot to the near side. Eye backfield behind Randolph. He takes the pitch, now comes to the near side. Nice block there, gave him some time. He fires for Stiggers, and it was incomplete. Looked like he might have had that one just over his head and maybe a little bit behind him.
Looked like to me he was trying to throw it away because the fake that they initially made, the tailback didn't go all the way through to do a complete fake. So what he did, he went through, slowed down, and when he slowed down, that left it open. It didn't ever fake out any of the defensive players, so they came right in on him. He looked like he threw the ball away, threw it to the near sideline, which is a good thought for him. Now they can go back and recuperate.
22, Jarvis Williams, the running back, who was in on that one, threw a good block that was able to get just a little bit more time for Randolph on that play. Under 2 minutes to go and the clock is running here. Williams is the eye back behind Randolph. He takes the pitch this time, coming to the near side. Stiggers is set up there. Nice block. It's not blocking upfield, but only a hand in by Mark Marshall, the linebacker on the near side, was able to trip up Williams, but not before he was able to get first down yardage for the Dallas Diesel.
That was Williams that ran the ball just then?
Yes, it was. Jarvis Williams, 5'10", 220 pounds, out of Navarro Junior College.
Running hard too, wasn't he? It looked like if it wasn't for that trip, that he might have picked up a few extra more yards, maybe extra 10, if not scored.
Yeah, that's right. It looks like that play could have gone for 6 points right there.
Oh, they've called a timeout on the field. Okay.
So the player down on the field now for Oklahoma, and that is something they cannot afford.
Number 9 for Oklahoma is down.
Man, yes, looks like number 9, and he is getting up slowly.
That's Mr. Randall Moeller. He's at the safety. They're helping him off the field.
Their head coach, Brad McMullen, was out there.
Well, he's walking pretty gingerly on that leg, isn't he? On the left leg. They're helping him out, so let's hope that everything be all right for him.
That was Rusty Stone, one of his teammates there, the quarterback and one of the co-captains of this team. And that's what you do when you're a team captain. You have to go out there and help your teammates, pick them up when they need it.
Coming in to replace him is number 7, Mark Walker, at the safety.
So clock now moving once again, 1:24 to go.
Look like they have a player coming in a little late trying to get on the field.
Hopefully they have everybody set, because here come the Dallas Diesel. Penalty marker down, as rolling is Randolph. He fires that one in the end zone, incomplete and almost intercepted. Now another penalty marker comes flying in on the near sideline.
There's 3 penalty markers down on the field. Looked like it was holding. Number 74.
Clock is stopped with 1:09 to play here in the first quarter.
Oh.
As the officials confer now, trying to get everything set.
They had an illegal receiver downfield. At the snap, they had number 10 was covered up on the snap, covered up by a receiver on the line, so he was illegal downfield. I see 3 flags though. So
Here. Holding. Here. Offsides. Here.
Well, looks like Granson might have moved back into legal position, because they get the Diesel for holding instead, and they wanted to call an offsides penalty on Oklahoma.
Here we are right here. Downfield. Offense. Decline all of them. Offset them.
Well, 2 penalties for the Dallas Diesels. It looks like they did get the ineligible man in there after all.
yeah.
You know, only 1 penalty for Oklahoma, and for some reason all 3 of them offset. I don't know how that works.
It works like this, because the defense, if they're offsides at any point in time, that gives the offensive team has an opportunity to continue with the play. Okay? So anything that happens after the initial offsets
You wave it
penalty,
off. Okay.
you wave it all off, because you have a defensive player that's in on the offense. It's an offensive side. It's encroachment on the defense, which allows the offense to have a free play. So anything that happens after that is all offsetting. As a matter of fact, the official should have just called the encroachment, because all the rest of it was null and void. It didn't matter.
So final minute of play here, and it'll be 1st and 10 once again for the Dallas Diesel. They're going to spot it at the 20-yard line of Oklahoma. Randolph, quick pass on the far side to Wallace, tackled immediately. Nice gain of 9 though, as in on the stop for the Oklahoma Bad Boys, Mike Reeve, wearing number 21 in purple. He's the cornerback over on the far side. 32 seconds to go and the clock is still running.
Yeah, well, Ryan Wallace is from the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, and down there they do a lot of passing. So being at 5'9", 100 and how many pounds? 160 pounds, pretty small wide receiver, but you need those little scat backs to get in those little corners. Be able to catch those balls and make the first.
Under 10 seconds to go. Randolph is going to have to hurry if he's going to get this one off. 5 seconds, 4. He gets it away, looking for Stiggers, fires it hard, a slant route in. And that's going to bring the first quarter of play to an end, as the pass is incomplete.
Yeah, Brian Stiggers has some speed there now. Bernard Stiggers has some speed, and he's pretty quick and pretty sure-handed. That ball looked like it hit right in his hands. Maybe he had a little concentration problem. But that's okay. He'll come back once he gets the jitters out. Stiggers with the jitters.
So the Dallas Diesel will have at least one more chance when we come back. First 15 minutes are in the books. It's Dallas 7 and Oklahoma nothing. Be sure to stay with us as more minor league football action comes your way. It's right after this.
The Metro Press News on a weekly basis. If you need the best info.
They want to get me. We'll be ready to get them.
They just shoot. They don't care who gets in the way.
I want to be respected. This gets me respect, know what I'm saying?
I'm afraid to walk to school. Okay?
Yeah, I might die. Everybody dies.
Kids shooting, kids getting shot. They're all victims of gun violence. The killing won't stop unless you help stop it. Call 1-800-WE-PREVENT for free information. Not one more lost life. Not one more grieving family. Not one more.
I don't want to die.
To compete, you've got to be strong. To win, you've got to be smart. Maybe you can be one of us, the few, the proud, the Marines.
Another sponsor as we resume play.
Back at Standridge Stadium here in Carrollton. Robert Eicher alongside Marcus Dixon for another season of minor league football here. Dallas Diesel in white with a 7-0 lead. They start off the second quarter with a pitch play coming to the near side. Ball carrier at that time, Jarvis Williams. Wrapped up after a quick gain. A quick negative gain, I should say.
No, that was the third down. They've lost 8 yards or 7 yards on that carry. It was a quick pitch. Didn't fool the Oklahoma Bad Boys at all.
So 26 seconds into this second quarter of play, clock is still running. It brings up a 4th down and 8 for the Diesel. Randolph, it looks like, is going to stay in. He's getting some signals from the sidelines now, trying to figure out what to do. And now, finally, they will send the kickers in. Number 12, Bernie Hudson, will come in, probably for the hold. Neil Blanchard will tee it up. He's a kicker out of New Mexico State.
Neil Blanchard has a pretty good leg, too. This gives him an opportunity to prove what he's been doing in practice.
And he has played quarterback before in his career in college, so he could possibly step in if need be. Now the official stops the clock with 13:51 to go. Penalty marker down, and it took too long. Second time this evening we've seen the Dallas Diesel flagged for delay of game. And this will move the ball back 5 yards more.
On the offense.
Line of scrimmage will be the
Replay 4th
22.
down.
Ball will be spotted at about the 29 or 30. So now that turns a 35-yard field goal into a 40-yarder. We'll see if that has any effect on Blanchard. Clock moving again now, 13:40 to go. Hudson has the ball down. Blanchard with the kick. Splits the uprights.
No, it's no good. It's off to the right.
And from this angle, it's kind of hard to tell.
But it did look like it split the uprights because it had enough distance on it. It just didn't. It was more to the right than of the right of the goal. Well, there's another one that they fouled up a little bit. That's okay because they'll get it rolling in the second half. We have a lot of confidence in the Dallas Diesel here at Carrollton Farmers Branch.
So Oklahoma, once again, not great defense, but it was good enough to keep Dallas off the board, and so they're sticking around now.
But
They trail only 7-0 here in the early going.
But if you notice that they stayed, that the Dallas Diesel defense have kept them in their own field position, on their own side of the field the whole time. They haven't been able to get anything offensively going.
They've been held to negative yardage so far here in this game. This time Stone takes the snap, gives a handoff coming to the near side. Johnson, the ball carrier that time. He will lose a couple, and so -3 yards of total offense. That just by my unofficial count so far here in this game for the Oklahoma Bad Boys.
Now, Fred Barnett, number 55, got in on the tackle on there, 6 foot tall, 200 pound. Played with the Rampage last year. Pretty aggressive linebacker.
2 minutes into the second quarter of play here. Stone comes to the line again. They run out of the pro set once again. Penalty marker comes flying in, and it looks like this time Stone and the Oklahoma Bad Boys might have taken too long. Of course, we'll want to wait for the official before we give you anything definite.
Here's the call.
Dead ball. Play procedure. Got it.
It was a dead ball foul, illegal procedure on the offense. Number 73 did some moving on there.
So, whatever the case, the Oklahoma Bad Boys will be backing up 5 yards. That's going to give them about a second down. It looks like 17 from here. Clock moving again.
2nd and 17.
Stone drops back into shotgun formation this time. He's got 2 backs with him for protection. Rolls to the right side. Has a man open on the crossing pattern. Pass is complete to the big man, Ian Hill, the tight end. Runs a quick out route and is able to get a lot of that yardage back.
Yeah, well, looks like he got a... Yeah, he did pick up. He picked up 14 yards, didn't he?
Looks like that's a pretty good estimate.
About 13 yards. He's got 4 yards to the first.
They're going to spot the ball.
If you notice the pattern, it was a blocking pattern. The wide receiver came across and the tight end came underneath the wide receiver, which confused the defensive backfield.
It's a play that we sometimes call a pick play, as that little crossing action is able to free up one receiver. And now there is a quick screen pass going up to the far side. And it's for the second time tonight we've seen Craig Johnson unable to handle a quick short pass. So third down proving again to be somewhat unproductive for the Oklahoma Bad Boys. So now they're faced with a 4th and 4, and Stacy Black again, number 42, will be in punt formation. Clock moving inside, 11:30 to go here in the second quarter of play. Good snap. Black has the left-footed punt away. Rolls away from the deep man. Now up with it was number 3, LaRon Potts. Not much of a return as he got back to the 15-yard line and was stopped there. Dallas Diesel will take over there, 1st and 10.
Number 33 for the Dallas Diesel looked like he's the one that made the tackle on the play. Anthony Rowans. He came in down for a block, and number 3 darted in between them trying to miss the tackle and ended up running to him. This is the worst field position that the Dallas Diesel has had the whole game long, first quarter and first half. They're at their own 15-yard line.
Plenty of time left in this second quarter of play, though, and we'll see if maybe the Diesel will think about using up some clock before trying to get into that end zone again. Looks like some of the sunlight out there on the field now waning a little bit. I would have to think that would be good news for the players, especially in this late July heat. Now 1st and 10, Randolph fires to the near side, a quick strike.
So number 81, Jackie Bridges. Jackie Bridges is doing an excellent job. Last year he played with the Carrollton Jaguars and led the league in receiving. Another 5'9", 160-pound wide receiver.
Well, you don't have to be big to be a receiver as long as you've got wheels.
And hands.
And hands. That helps too. The Dallas Diesel look like they have a couple of guys who fit that bill. 9 yards on the pickup. It'll bring up 2nd and 1. Randolph now getting something straight with his fullback. stands under center. Takes the snap. Quick inside give. Brought down is number 20, Jason Smith. We saw him back deep to return punt earlier in the game.
That's the first down for the team.
So a short game, but it was long enough to get the job done. Clock moving now inside of 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter of play.
He was stopped by number 51, a Mark Marshall, the middle linebacker for the Cowboys.
And so Smith will be in the backfield now with number 34, Charles Jenkins. Now Jarvis Williams comes back in and some of the personnel shift. Smith is in a slot to the far side. Handoff goes to Williams. He's got plenty of room over on the left side of the line. Darts ahead across the 40-yard line or close to it. Nevertheless, it looks like it's going to be first down yardage for the Dallas Diesel.
He picks up 12 yards on the carry. He came across the offensive tackle, and the offensive tackle, the offside tackle pulled on that play and got right in on it and made a good block for him to get around the edge.
Back it up.
So the ball will be spotted. Spotted at the 38-yard line of the Dallas Diesel. They will take over there with a fresh set of downs. 8 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Clock still running. And it looks like the Dallas Diesel indeed taking their time, trying to work some time off that clock. They already lead 7-0 here in this game over the Oklahoma Bad Boys, who are in purple. Dallas Diesel maybe trying to up that lead before they go into the half, and that one off the hands of Jarvis Williams, almost picked off. Coming in for the coverage off the near side, Mike Reed. He's lined up in that cornerback position. He was there with number 1, Andrell Earl. And so Randolph and the Dallas Diesel will have to put it down for second down and 10.
Got offsides. On defense, we play first down.
So you got a 1st and 5. Didn't have to pick up anything. There was a flag on the play.
And I would have to think that would be a bit of a break for the Dallas Diesel there, especially on that dangerous pass that was tipped and could have been intercepted. Clock moving again, 8:20 to go. Smith set in the slot now to the near sideline. He's there along with Jackie Bridges. Randolph takes the snap, hands off. Granson will take it on the left side of the line. He is swarmed by 3 purple jerseys, one of which, 42, the linebacker, Stacy Black.
His forward progress got him back to the 1-yard line.
Carlo Keeney also went on the stop, number 79, short but stout. We'll see where they spot it now.
They spotted back at the original line of scrimmage. He had got his forward progress, got him back to the original line of scrimmage. It looked like that hole closed up for him. They might want to try a different play, probably to the opposite side with a pitch or so, because it seemed like it's become much harder for them to get over that right or the left side of their offensive line. The defensive line is pretty stout. They're still in that 4-3-2-2 defense.
So on 2nd and 5, Randolph drops back, rolls out. That one is intercepted. As coming in on the play, looks like B.J. Thomas lined up there, playing both ways now. Excellent return. I saw a penalty marker go flying in high. Penalty at about the 44-yard line of the Dallas Diesel. Probably an illegal block against Oklahoma on the return. But nevertheless, a turnover and a bit of a break there for Oklahoma. And it is indeed a clip on the return. Oklahoma still down only by 7. Even though they're outmanned in terms of personnel and maybe in terms of talent, at least with the guys they were able to bring tonight, they're still sticking around in this ball game and have a chance here to tie or maybe even go ahead here before the half.
Yeah, well, they're playing pretty good football. They've come out to play. It seemed like the Diesel has come down some. They're not as fired up as they were at first. They came down, they was playing good defense, playing the corners, playing the little areas, the open areas, and now they're doing, they're taking too many chances, throwing into double coverage, bombs at that, scrambling. when they should just stick to their game plan and play football.
And here in the early part of the season, you just have to kind of feel things out and find out what works for you. And Dallas Diesel's still doing that. This time, Rusty Stone, the quarterback. They go to the shotgun again. High pass going down the field, intended for Mark Walker, number 7. 2 defenders were there for the Dallas Diesel. They were number 2, Willie Freeney. He was joined there by 33, Anthony Rowans.
Mark Walker had Anthony Rowans beat for the down and out. If number 21 hadn't come over to hit that ball, which he did deflect it, and then while deflecting the ball, he hit it right to the wide receiver, and he almost caught it and went for a touchdown. Remember, in this NFL rules, he can get up and go, as long as he's not touched before he gets up.
6 minutes, 49 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Stone will go to the shotgun. They've liked that formation the last couple of times down the field. Quick pass. Well, they were in the crossing pattern again, and 88 Hill was there. Looked like Erie's might have been there as well, and that one behind one receiver and over the head of the other.
Well, what happened was they read the pick pattern. They read the pick pattern, the one that worked for Oklahoma earlier in the game for a completion. They read that and they filled all the areas, and then put the pressure on the quarterback to get rid of the ball as fast as possible. You notice that if the defense puts the pressure on the quarterback, then the rest of the play doesn't have much time to develop.
So an incomplete pass on first down and an incomplete pass on second down forces you into 3rd and 10, and I would have to figure this a passing down as well. And Stone is in the shotgun.
Illegal procedure. Illegal procedure on the play. You see that the official had to let them know that the play was over. It's slow down now because we heard the whistle.
A lot of guys show that exuberance on defense, and it's hard. I think once you really get your adrenaline flowing, maybe to slow up whenever you do hear the whistle.
It looked like the center and the quarterback didn't know what count to go off on because he double pumped the ball. They were in the shotgun position for the passing pattern. This is going to be another pass pattern if they do things right, because they.
Yeah, well, on 3rd and 15, I would have to think. Yeah, you definitely need to be thinking the pass here.
Probably with the slot again, and the shotgun.
And only 2 wide receivers in this set, and he's got 2 backs in for protection. Stone wants to drop straight back. Hill is wide open up the middle of the field, and he breaks free on the near sideline, brought down there by Anthony Rowans. And so again, we see Rowans with a big defensive play. However, that pass play good for about 30 yards, or we'll call it 25. 10 more yards than they needed for the first down, and they'll spot it at the 34-yard line. So the Oklahoma Bad Boys with their first down of the night.
First one, congratulations. You know, that was a mistake on the defensive end's part for the Diesel, because the defensive end tried to put pressure on the quarterback when he should have held up, especially when you have 2 split outs. The 2 split.
Yeah, and after a couple of drives now that produced no offense whatsoever, negative yards at that, the Oklahoma Bad Boys with this new shotgun passing attack appear to be on the move. Only now a penalty marker comes down on 1st and 10 before they can even get the snap off, and we'll see if this will cost them 5 yards, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was offsides on the offside guard. On the defense?
Yeah, so the Dallas Diesel instead called for the offsides, and that will give Oklahoma 5.
On the defense, we play first
And just
down.
like Dallas on their last series, Oklahoma now with the 1st and 5.
The 1st and 5. Getting ready to go in. They're gonna. It looks like the shotgun is working for them, so they may just stay in the shotgun. Now, if the defense does anything, they'll hold up the tight ends, not allowing them to get out on the pass.
Not a good snap, but Stone fires
And
it
he
away. He does catch it, and it looked for a minute that one was close to being intercepted too, but instead a great pick off the AstroTurf, and it was caught by number 22. I can't even see who that is. Okay, and We will stop the action right there and come back with more Dallas Diesel action.